Hi, I'm Drex, and this is Introduction to Poi. Poi is a beautiful and innovative movement art that has its roots in the tribal traditions of the Maori peoples of New Zealand. Through the years, it's assimilated elements of everything from club swinging to juggling, glow stringing, and many others to create a very modern and diverse movement art. Poi can be practiced by the individual or in groups, up on a stage, or just as a private meditative pursuit. You're going to begin to learn Poi today, starting with the parts of the Poi, and then how to move with them. We're going to start off by talking a little bit about the components of Poi and the different types of Poi that are available out there. No matter what set of Poi you're using, they're going to consist of the same three basic components. These components are the head, which is the weighted end that is usually furthest away from the body and that swings around in the geometric patterns that we associate with Poi. There's the tether, which is a flexible material that connects together the head and the handle. Finally, there is the handle itself, which is like an anchor, holding the Poi to your hand as you move it around. Handles themselves come in one of three different styles. The first style is a single loop handle, which consists of a strip of fabric that is looped around and is meant to be tied around the hand in a slip knot. How this is done is you pinch the handle between two fingers and then turn the rest of the loop inside out and reach it around those same two fingers, creating a slip knot. If you pull it tight, this is actually the most secure option that you can have for a handle, and the one that is least likely to result in you losing control of the Poi or letting it go. Another possible option is a double loop handle. Double loop handles are very similar to single loop, but consist of two strips of fabric rather than one. These are meant to go around two neighboring fingers, and likewise are a relatively secure handle. The final option is what's called a ball handle. Ball handles consist of a solid object that is usually roughly spherical in shape, and it's meant to act as a stopper. Ball handles are used when you want to be able to let go of the Poi deliberately, say if you're going to do contact rolls or throws, and are usually the least secure option in terms of how you can hold the Poi. Poi are used in one of three primary tasks, either for practice, glow, or fire, and the construction of them can differ dramatically depending upon what use you're using them for. When it comes to practice Poi, the most common option are what are called sock or sometimes fabric Poi, which consists of some kind of a weight that's been dropped into a fabric sleeve or a sock. These are the most common option out there and are usually a person's first set of Poi. Next, we have flag or zuni Poi that have a strip of fabric that is attached to the head. These allow you, in some respects, to see the trail of the Poi as it's spinning around. They also can get in each other's way if you're just starting off and your planes are not necessarily that clean yet. Finally, there are contact Poi, which consist of a contact juggling ball that has been joined by a rope or a chain to what's usually a ball handle and are used for creating tricks where the ball rolls around in different parts of your body. There are also glow Poi, which are used primarily in dark environments such as clubs or late at night. They'll have a battery and an LED set inside of the head so that it's visible in the darkness. Finally, there are fire Poi, which consist of a head that is a Kevlar knot connected either via chain or a Technora rope to a handle of a variety of different types. Now, of course, the obvious question is, what is the correct way to hold the Poi? And the answer is, there is no one right way. The most important thing with Poi is that you practice with them. So find a grip that feels comfortable to you and makes you want to pick up the Poi and work with them. Here are a few suggestions based upon grips that I've seen other Poi spinners use. Irregardless of the type of Poi that you're using, your grip is going to come down to which two fingers you want to use to anchor the Poi to your hand. For example, I can anchor my tether between my index and middle fingers, like so. This is actually the most common grip that I see people who use single or double loop handles using. And note, the tether is coming out towards the knuckle side of my hand. Another great similar grip would be between my middle finger and my ring finger, like so. Another option would be to actually have the tether going inward towards my palm side and anchoring it between my pinky and my ring fingers, holding onto the tether to get an even better and more secure grip on it. The most common grip I see with these ball handles is actually to hold the ball between the index finger and the thumb. You'll want to pinch the tether between the second joint of your index finger and the thumb itself, almost as though you're pushing a button on a remote control. Another great option would be to have the ball down near the edge of the hand, where the pinky meets the flesh. You then hold on to the tether itself and pinch the end of it using the same method we just outlined. There are some Poi tricks that get slightly easier if you use shorter tethers. Rather than having to trim down your tethers and thus have to keep the poi short no matter what trick you're using, there is a way to temporarily make them shorter so you can lengthen them again if you'd like to. Here's how. Drape the tether across the back side of your hand, the side with the knuckles on it, and then wrap it all the way around underneath your palm as though you're going to try and tie it around your hand. You're then going to pinch the tether between your thumb and index finger to complete the same ball grip we just talked about in the last section. This will allow you to keep your tethers short if you want to, but still lengthen them later, if that be your preference. This is very useful for tricks like this, the buzzsaw, where you keep the poi relatively close to your body, but you want to make sure that you're not actually hitting yourself. When you do wrap the poi around your hands, try and make sure that they still come out to the same length in the end. Now that you know the basics of how poi are constructed and how to hold them, it's time to start learning how to move with them and how to perform different poi tricks. We'll be covering that in the rest of the series. Thanks for watching and enjoy the flow. Peace.